Boys. We're live? I need the other phone for the shorts. I need the other phone. Oh my god, the phone's not shorts. Oh my. You got me? We're waiting on the phone. Today we got another O11 Vision build. It's a black O11 Vision this time. CPU, we're gonna be running a Ryzen 9 9900X 3D. For motherboard, it's gonna be running an ASUS STRIX X870E. For cooler, the customer did choose for a Corsair ICUE Link H150i RGB LCD Elite. For a graphics card, it is gonna have, I believe, the Gigabyte GeForce RTX 5090. For power supply, it's gonna have the Lian 1200 watt power supply. For fans, the customer did pick 8 SP120 Corsair RGB Elite fans. What else did they pick? Let's see. For storage, they're gonna have just a 1 terabyte NVMe. For RAM, they did choose a Corsair Vengeance RGB 32 gigabytes of DDR5 6000 megahertz RAM. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing really that special.
Here. Is that lower showing up on the...
Got it.
It's not showing up. It isn't showing up on the thing.
What do I do with chat? Because the chat just popped up. Alright. Get this build started. So we got our motherboard here, our CPU, our RAM, and then we all ready to get put into the build. Our Ryzen 9 9900X 3D. Go ahead and put our RAM. NVMe. We aren't gonna need M.2 screwdriver. All right. Go ahead and remove these screws here. I don't like this design that they did. We have to unscrew 4. They should have done like the easy one, like this one. Get the screw off forwards and they open up 2. we go. And it's pretty cool to secure it. Just pull it back to unlock it also. Lock it like that. All right. Go ahead and put our heatsink back on top. Just like that. Screw it back in. All right. Now we got our RAM, our CPU, and our NVMe in. Let's go ahead and put in the case. Get the case ready. Put this to the side. So we got our O11 Vision, not compact. It's just your regular O11 Vision in black. Yeah, and then this case does carry either 7 or 8 fans. In this order, we are going to be putting 8 fans in this case. $4070 Super or $5070? What are you going to be using it for? You get a 4070 Super, I'll say go with the 4070 Super. I would just say if you're gonna use it for a specific game, look it up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure there's like benchmarks and stuff like that for the 4070 Super and the 5070 already for specific games or anything that you do want to use it on. High-res games, realistic games. Yeah. So like, especially for that, I don't know like the exact benchmarks, like how the difference between which one would perform. It just matters too, because then they'd be dropping updates for their newer GPUs instead. But yeah, I would just check on YouTube, see which one is specifically for the games that you play gives you better FPS, and then go off that. It also depends what CPU you're using too. What's up, Ping? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Spine? What's up, Metron? Is this live? Yeah, I believe we are live. Yeah, we are live. Let me just double check on YouTube. Yeah. It's like we are live. All right. So we got our motherboard in the case. Really look nice with the nice black, all black look. The customer is going with. Let's go ahead and just plug in these cased cables here. USB Type C. Our F panel cables. Then our HD audio. Just like that. All right. So we'll get in our fans, and so it is gonna be 2 in the back here, 3 right here with the radiator in the back, and then 3 at the bottom. Get those bottom fans in first. Just gotta remove these 2 screws at the bottom, and this whole bracket comes out of this case. They made it really easy to build in this case. You can remove almost everything. You can remove the motherboard bracket that gets, well, whatever holds onto the motherboard. It's that bracket. This whole shell here on the side also gets removed. You can shift it down to put 2 fans. This whole thing here for the AIO comes off as well. To either put your fans or AIO, whatever you want to put. And this also comes off for the bottom fan. So really cool how they did that. Gives you a lot of easy access to a lot of the case to build it. Alright. Fan here. That's 3 fans here. These bottom fans are going to be intake just to get all that cold air from the bottom into the case. And then you don't want it to exhaust because it's mostly getting blocked by either like where you put the table and stuff like that. So all the air is literally going to go nowhere. Most likely it's either just going to come back up. Go ahead and align these. There we go. Screw go. We got the bottom fans in. Go ahead. Easy. Just slide this 3 corners back into the case. Just like that. Then put the 2 screws back in. Alright. Now we go ahead and route our back cable All right. Now we go ahead and put these two back fans, and then we'll put our AIO last. Let's see. All right. There we go. We got one in. Or try to do like a cross when you're screwing things in, just so everything screws in evenly onto the case. Bless you. All right. Now we got those two back fans in just like that. Now let's go ahead and put our AIO as well. Grab these back here, just like that. Put the case out of the way again. Get our AIO. So like I said, we are using ICUE Titan 360 RX LCD by Corsair. Also using Corsair fans. So he didn't mix and match using a Corsair cooler and like Lian fans or just regular black fans. All right. Extra cables that we need. More cables. Our little hub for our LCD. Halfway track. And then the actual AIO. Oh, hopefully I didn't move the camera. We're not going to be using the fans that the cooler comes with. We are going to remove those. and put it inside here. Now, okay. All right, just see how this is gonna go. Like this. All right. Like I said, this case is gonna have 8 fans in it. The maximum fans you can put in this case is 8. On the compact one, it is smaller, and you are also able to remove the glass top and make it into a mesh. I think it actually comes with the mesh top, and then you can put the glass top if you want. right. All right. Let's see. So now we're gonna put the AIO into the case itself here. Take out the screw. And the washers. All right. We will be needing these brackets here. So this side. Go ahead and put it into the case now. All right. Get a screw. The mic is low. You want to raise the mic there? Camera's dead already.
The mic is all the way up.
All the way up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we got the AIO in. We're getting the camera situated. Just the battery died. Got the camera back working. We finished putting the AIO in. I'm just routing the fan cables to the back. And then we just have to change the bracket that's on pre-applied here. This AMD one. And we're directly using the one the motherboard already comes with. Goes it. I'm just playing these two fans right here on the side. Just look all nice from the front. There's not like a whole bunch of just cables dangling all over the place. All right, just like that. All right, now I'm gonna remove, like I said, this is for the Intel, the one that already comes with AIO. This is for Intel. If you have Intel, you don't have to remove it. But if you are using AMD, just go ahead and use the AMD bracket that Corsair does provide you with. And the AIO itself already comes pre-pasted with thermal paste. Now I'm just gonna remove this plastic here. There we go. Let's see how I'm gonna orientate the pump here. There we go. Let me just get. Let me just tighten up here. Try to realign them here. Go. All right. Nice and neat. Just like that. We're going to give these back to the customer just in case he switches to Intel later on in the future. Now we just need some power cables for the actual pump itself. And the LCD screen. It gives you a whole bunch of cables for those fans and stuff like that. We're just going to be using this USB 2 Type C to USB 2.0. This is so to get information for the LCD on the actual pump itself. Your ASUS ROG Astro RTX 58 should be here in less than an hour. Nice, nice. Hope you like it. So it gives you two. It gives you two USB Type C to USB 2.0. One long one, one short one. We're gonna be using a long one just because this case is a little bit longer. I just wrap that through the back here. And then we're gonna be using this power cable bar to go into the hub of Corsair hub they provide you with. It's like a little square one. What's up, Bacardi? Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's route both of these cables. To the back here, perfect, just like that. Now we don't need any of these cables. Go ahead. We do need this one and this one for the controller itself. So we'll go ahead and save these for the end when we do put in the controller. Alright. Now we can go ahead and do like a little bit of cable managing or fans in our AIO, and then we can go ahead and plug in our power supply after that. Here we go. So I'm going to plug in the USB 2.0 into the motherboard here for the pump, the LCD screen. Just like that. Now go ahead and get the controller also ready. So this controller does use, I believe, PCIe to power it. Yep, it uses PCIe to power it, and also fan power. Now I'm gonna need one of these. And this one also uses USB 2.0, the controller for um, the fan power on the actual pump. I don't like that design that they did. We have to use a whole controller just for the pump itself. And it also has to get plugged into USB 2.0, which makes no sense if we have the controller here. But it is what it is. Gonna go ahead and zip tie these. I was about building my PC can help in a situation. I have budget for 3060, 12 gigabyte, and 4060. Which one would I go for? If you have the budget for 4060, just go for the 4060. It's a better card than the 3060. So I would just say just go for the 4060. If you do have the budget for it. I gotta connect the fan. Yeah, this whole controller setup is so weird. I don't know why Corsair decided to put so many cables in it. It's getting powered by so much. And it's gonna get powered by PCIe as well. The controller itself, which is kind of weird why they did it like that. Alright. I'm actually gonna put it on this side. Because I am gonna have to run two bachelors. Alright. So we got the controller situated here. Let me go get that managed here. Because it by itself doesn't use anything else. So let me just we'll manage this first. Alright. Get a zip tie here. But it has 8 gigabyte VRAM. That is true. What games are you gonna be playing? Are you gonna play like Call of Duty, Valorant? It really depends what you're gonna be playing. Are you not able to get the um? There should be. There should be a 12 gigabyte variant of that 4060. I don't think they just offer for the 3060. There should be one for the 4060 as well. All right. So we got the controller situated there. Got another zip tie. Val and editing. Yeah, because Valve doesn't really use GPU, it uses more of your CPU. Um, now you get a 5090 X3D, X870. Nice. The height, Y70 touch. Pretty good build there. We really need to build in two in that case. All right. We got our hub, our Corsair hub situated now. We do need to connect all these fans. We're using this controller by Corsair as well. It's just basically called RGB hubs. Yeah, there's RGB hubs by Corsair. You just connect RGB to it, and then I'm gonna use two fan splitters for all the fan cables on the fans. I'm just gonna connect all our fan first. Unfortunately, we do need to use two hubs just because we do have 8 fans. It kind of sucks because we are using only the second hub for 2 connections, but it'll be fine. And then these hubs do get connected by USB 2.0 and SATA. For the two USB 2.0, we are going to be using this Corsair USB 2.0 splitter. So it's basically one USB 2.0 to the motherboard that splits into 2, so you connect 2 to the end here, and this one goes straight to the motherboard. Just in case, it's because we don't have enough space on the motherboard already, since we are using one for the LCD and one for the Corsair controller for the AIO. And the motherboard only comes with 3 USB 2.0 connections to connect to. So at least there was one more USB 2.0, which we're gonna connect our USB 2.0 splitter here. Let's go ahead and connect these to the front of the case. Goes in just like that. Now we're gonna use. I got 2 fan splitters here. Basically, connect all the fan connections here, fan power connections here. Each one has 5, so I'm gonna have to use 2 splitters again. These are just gonna connect to the bottom of the motherboard. There is 2 motherboard fan headers that I can connect to that are right next to each other, so it makes it perfect for us to connect all the fan power cables to our fan splitter. Goes 1 fan splitter into the motherboard. All right, just like that. Let's go ahead and connect our other one, just since we're already connecting all of them here. All right, we got both of them plugged in. Now we connect our fans to our fan splitters. Now let me find them because they all got mixed up here. All right, we got one right here. And then we got our other here as well. All right, let's get all these bottom fans connected to our splitter. We got 1, 2, then our last one here. 3, and then we'll connect two of our fans to this splitter from our AI. Just like that. Now let's go ahead and get the other splitter and finish off putting all our other fans into it. And then we'll finish up with cable managing the whole thing, and then I'll show you guys after how the back looks here. This case is fairly easy to cable manage as well, since you do get a lot of space in the back, a lot of open space in the back. I would just say do all the cable management by parts. So like your fans, and then once you've done your fans and your AIO, go ahead and put the power supply in it, and then cable manage those cables after. If you have all your power supply cables in, and then all your cable fans as well, it'll be a little bit harder. Way harder, actually. All right. So I got all the cables in. Let me go ahead and just do now a little bit of cable management. Okay, I'm gonna start from the bottom this time. It's because there is more bulk down here. So when cable managing, you always want to connect everything and then see what goes along. Either just grab the cables, put them, align them, put them in a whole bunch, and see what looks better for you. So that's what I'm currently doing right now. Good tie there. And then if you have like controllers and stuff, you have like the SATA stuff, you always want, what I like to do, I always like to point them downwards or arrange them so the SATA cables are facing downwards or to a point where the SATA cables are facing down, just so you can put them to the lowest point, just because the SATAs typically do tend to be for the power supplies at the very bottom, um, on the power supply. Alright, we're almost done here. And then I'll show you guys after how it looks when it's done. And the more zip ties, the better. I never like any like loose cable looks on the cable management in the back. I would try to use more zip ties than needed just in case. So everything's nice and tight. Alright. So we got the cable management done here. So basically just did like a whole line. So you can see I routed the static cables to the bottom here. Just a whole line there. So it looks nice in the front and it looks nice in the back. Let's go ahead and put our power supply cables now. Then we can put our 5090 in as well. 5 gigabytes here. Our GeForce Gigabyte 5090. We do have our 1200 watt Lian. So for this build, we are going to be needing pretty good amount of cables. Let me double check. This motherboard. So this motherboard doesn't need a PCIe in the front. That's perfect because I don't want to use more cables. Always better less. Easier to cable manage. Easier. Would look way better in the back as well. There we go. Got ours. 1200 watt. Cables right here. Alright, so we are going to be needing one SATA, one PCIe, two CPU, one 24 pin, and then one 12 volt high power. 12 volt high power for the GPU, 24 pin for the motherboard, and then two CPU ports for the motherboard as well. The two SATA for the two RGB hub controllers for the fan. And of course the PCIe for the controller for the LCD cooler. So with our SATA here, I was not using this one because it is shorter with the Lian power supply. It's the shortest one of SATA you get because you don't need any long one. So we're gonna be using that one. So I got a power cable. Put this back inside here. 24 pins. Go ahead and get that. We're just gonna be using the 24 to 12 volt high power, 12 volt high power. Then we don't need the SATA. Go ahead and put this back in. Our 24 pin here. Put that here to the side. Alright. And there should be one PCIe that doesn't have like that split. But I think we do need the split one. We could use this one. This 24 this 16 pin or 8 pin. PCIe, CPU. Now we just need one more CPU and we should have every cable we need. We got our last CPU cable. All right, let's go start connecting everything. The CPU. Another CPU. A 12-volt high power. Our PCIe. And our SATA. And actually we need our 24 pin here. All right. Go ahead and put our power supply in. There we go. Now take our screw box for our power supply screws. Go ahead and get the power supply screwed into the case, and then we should almost be done with the build. All right, let's go ahead and just route our CPU and our 24 pin here. Let's get the 24 pin, CPU cable plugged in. Just like that. Just like that. Got our CPU cables connected. All right. Go ahead and get a 24 pin here. Bring that in just like that. Just like that. Now our GPU cable. We can put in the GPU now before we play anything else. We have Provo high power stuff like that all plugged in. I believe the GPU uses 3 spaces on the case itself here. Let's go ahead and open our GPU here. Or Gigabyte 5090. Alright. This is not as heavy as of the other 5090s that we've had. We do ship the 5090 separately from the actual PC, just in case they don't get damaged during shipping. So we do save the box. All your accessories should be in the box when you receive it. Yeah, so this only has 2 actually. 2 spaces on GPU that it needs, not 3. We go ahead and put one of the brackets back in. We can put our GPU in. Actually, it's one load. All right. There we go. GPU is fully seated. Let's go ahead now. We can route our total high power to the front here. There we go. Just like that. Really nice how the Lian Li power supplies come with their own little comb on the cables, just to make it look a little bit more nice. And then we're going to connect our PCIe to this cable, to this hub. All right. Now we're going to connect our SATAs here as well. All right. Overlap these two. Let me get more zip ties over here. Very nice to meet you. What's up, Keith? Welcome to the stream. All right. Stick that in there. Zip tie this to that. All right. We have 12 high power and a 24 pin to zip tie, and then we'll be done with this build. All right. We are done with this build. Let's go ahead, turn it on, see if everything's plugged in correctly. Customer. All right, let's go ahead and plug it in. Power on. Looks like everything's up and running. Go and turn off the light. Very nice, subtle build with some RGB fans on it, and the cooler as well. Almost everything Corsair. Corsair RAM, Corsair fans, Corsair AIO with your 5090 by Gigabyte. Really nice build. Very nice build. This is a customer's build. So if you do want, like I always say after every stream, if you do want your build to be built on stream, just go ahead and let customer service know. Once you have put your order, and we'll be happy to build it on stream. I don't know when's the next time we're gonna be streaming. We've been trying to stream as much as we can, but for sure we always do stream on Fridays at 2 p.m. So if you guys want to stay tuned for that. But yeah, I think we're done with the stream. Maria, I don't know if you want to end it. Yeah, so we'll see you guys next time on our next stream. Very nice build. Customers build as well. Hopefully we're able to bring you guys more streams.